Leave your hours, we're going to keep you safe, and we're going to resolve any problems you might have. Okay? The exercise overview, basically, National Guard gets called out to help state authorities search, rescue, and decontamination, and medical stabilization. All right, there's going to be a building collapse and explosion, and it's all caused by a hurricane. The hurricane is going to cause they were talking about this morning, but it was really weird. A microburst, the plane's going to crash into a chemical plant. So there'll be a lot of casualties. All right. So the National Guard is getting called out to help with the rescue efforts. Okay, your responsibilities. Okay, when you get to the exercise site tomorrow, the first thing you'll do is check in with Grace. Okay? So in other words, we're going to pick you up in the parking lot, and we'll give you that address, and we're going to drive you to the exercise site. There's no parking at the exercise site. There's not enough room for everybody to park there. So you're going to park at this park that we're going to tell you about, and then we'll take you to the exercise site. Grace will have her computer set up. You just check in with her so we know you're there. Okay? Some people ask this question all the time. They're like, okay, so suppose I park at 7:30 and you guys don't pick me up till 8, when do I start getting paid to? Okay? If I tell you guys to show up at 7:30 and you come at 7:30, no matter when you check in with Grace, you'll know 7:30 is the time. Okay? That will start your clock. Okay? So please be on time. And check out with Grace. Now, wear old clothing. Let's talk about the clothing issue. So what happens is there's a rubble pile, and that is the site of the incident. Okay, and there's a rubble pile there. It's rather small down here at Cove Valley. You guys all know where Cove Valley Water Treatment Plant is? Okay, that's where we're going to do the exercise. All you have to do is drive to that park, and we'll pick you up. Okay. Anyway, there's a small rubble pile down there, and that rubble pile represents the collapsed building. Okay, so once the building collapses, then there's a lot of gases released, and there are chemicals involved, and you guys have to be decontaminated before they can send you to the hospital. All right? We'll talk a lot about decontamination here. So once they rescue you from the rubble pile, they're going to decontaminate you, which means they're going to give you a shower, okay? And then they're going to put you in medical. Okay? And medical is actual doctors and nurses. They're in the Air National Guard, Air Force people. And what their mission there is to stabilize you. Stabilize you so that you'll make it to the trip to the hospital. Okay? So that's what they do. They're not going to really treat you per se, but they'll put bandages on you and maybe simulate giving you drugs that will help you when the ambulance picks you up so that when you get to the hospital, you'll be alive. Alright? That's what their job is. So, let's talk about that. When you are going through decontamination, they're going to cut your clothes off because your clothes are contaminated. All right? And then they're going to give you a shower, basically. It's only water. There's no chemicals involved. And then you'll go through medical. So, in order to go through decontamination, you're going to have appropriate undergarments on. Correct? So for men, that means like running shorts or basketball shorts or something like that. For women, it means like a bathing suit will work, tank tops, sports bra kind of thing with shorts, okay, that kind of thing. All right? So, we'll get into it more a little bit later, but I'm just trying to give you an overview of how it's going to go. All right, so we're asking you to wear old clothes that can be cut off. We have clothes for you to wear. But if you have like clothes that you're going to give to Goodwill anyway, or something you're going to throw away, or clothes that you're really tired of and don't want them anymore, and you want to bring those to the exercise, then you can bring those, and then you'll be getting your own clothes cut off instead of clothes that we have. Okay? But we have enough clothes to make it through tomorrow for sure. Okay, wear foot gear. You don't mind getting wet. Okay? Wear appropriate undergarments. We talked about that. Remove jewelry and body piercings. All right. Does anybody here have a navel ring? A belly ring? No? So if you're non-ambulatory and you're laying on a gurney and they're cutting your clothes off and you have a navel ring in, then we might have a natural injury. Okay, so that's really, I kind of focused on that a little bit. So, okay, no cell phones or cameras, bring a valid ID. When you go through our moulage process, you'll get 2 badges, okay? And that's how I can tell as I'm walking around who's been taken care of already and who has not. All right. Oh well. Yeah. There's 2 badges you get. One will identify you as a role player, so they won't think you're just a civilian walking around the battlefield. Okay, they'll know who you are, and it'll have your vital instructions and everything on there. And the other one's just like a badge you get at a conference. So you can put your ID card in here. If you have glasses, you might be able to slide them in here for when you go through decon. Okay? So when I see people with 2 badges around their neck, I know they're ready to go. Okay. Don't bring valuable items to exercise and remain patient and cooperative. All right. Let's talk about that a little bit. Back in the day, when we first started doing this as a company, we really insisted no cell phones in the area. Okay? It's not because there's a high, top secret, you can't take a picture. It's because you might lose your cell phone. Right? So we were doing this, and after 3 hours, this one kid was shaking. He looked like he was really going into a problem. And I'm like, "What's the matter?" He's like, "A cell phone." So I understand the connection with people and their cell phones these days. So if you want to bring your cell phones at your own risk, I would say bring a backpack. Okay, we have chairs. There'll be chairs out. Everybody can have their own chair. And when you go through decon, you can leave your backpack on your chair, and probably nobody will bother it. Okay? But really, like wedding bands and valuable jewelry, you should try not to bring. Okay? All right. So, I think I covered that. Does anybody have any questions on this slide? Yes.
So, if you cut our clothes off, what is the ring clothes?
Yes. Okay. You can do a number of ways. Okay, if you bring clothes, all right, you can take your clothes off, put them in your backpack, and wear our clothes to go through decon. All right. If you want to bring more than one pair of clothes, and then cut one of your pair of clothes off and keep one of your pair of clothes in reserve before you go home. All right. So you can leave it in the car, take it with you in a backpack. You're going to be separated from your car all day until we're done playing. Okay. So that's basically how that works. We'll talk more about decon here in a little bit and explain to you why that's so important of a thing for these exercises. Okay, this is the parking place. I don't know if all of you guys know where this is, Southeast Metro Park. We'll have the same role player signs up there as we have up front. And you'll see those role player signs, and we'll direct you to where you should park. Okay? Make sure you write
Do you want to let them know that the email that was sent to them said Southwest, not Southeast?
Yes. Well, you just did. Did everybody hear that?
So the email said Southwest Metro Park, but it's Southeast.
Yeah.
Everything else is not west.
Okay. Everybody got that? Any issues? You need to look at it a little longer? Okay.
45.
Anybody need a pen?
Yeah. If you have a GPS, if you put your 4511 Highway 71 east, it's going to take you straight to where
4511 Highway 71 East, Del Valley, Texas.
All right. These things are always different. Sometimes we park far away. This is about 7 miles from where we're going to be working. So we'll pick you guys up in a van, and then we'll take you there. Okay. All right. Administrative logistics. Check out procedures. We talked about that. Exercise access roster. If we're working at a power treatment plant, we don't need to give them an access roster. A lot of times when we work on a military installation, we do. Okay, parking. We're going to park at that parking lot. And you're going to leave all your things in your car except for the things you want to take with you. There will be some times when we won't be working very hard. If you want to bring a book, or if you want to bring a granola bar, or some fruit, whatever you want to eat, that's fine. You can do that right there. Okay, we'll give you the exercise badges, and you all sign the little arms agreements already. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is provide clothing. We're going to transport you to the exercise venue. We're going to apply moulage, and we're going to give you a lunch. Is anybody here vegetarian? 3? 3 vegetarian. Make a note of that, Craig? 3 veggies. Okay? Breaks. Let's talk about that. When we're working and lunch arrives, you can't stop working and just feed everybody. Okay? So we'll figure out some way that will make sure everybody gets lunch. All right? Nobody will go home not get lunch. We have a couple different ways to do that. We have colored wristbands. When we give you lunch, we can mark your hand with an indelible marker. And then it's funny, the first time we ever did this was about 6 years ago. And the very first exercise, the lunches came, and they all went, because people were taking more than one. It looks like a good group here. I don't think that will happen, right? But that was an inner city place. Okay, restrooms. There'll be porta johns out there for you. Smoking area. We'll come up with one of those. We'll give you. What we usually do is designate a smoking area. We put a bucket there with water in it so you can out your cigarettes. How many people are smokers? Okay, couple. All right. Off limits area. You know, like a military installation, a lot of times they have places that are off limits. Really, what we need to do as a group is stay. We have a big trailer out there. It's 50 feet long. I drove it here from Virginia. We need to stay near that trailer. So when I look for you, I can find you, first of all. And second of all, you shouldn't be walking around where the soldiers are working when you're not in your role player park. Okay? Technically, it's not an off-limits area, but please stay close so we can use you, and then you'll come back to us. Okay, recycle requirements, time cards, and pay. All right, so one of the things that they like to do in these exercises is, first of all, we'll have some of you, maybe all of you, on the rubble pile. Okay? And then, hi, you here to be a role player?
Yes.
You need to sign in first. Anyway, so you guys will be on the roll pile, right? So then the search and extraction team comes up, and they say, if you can hear the sound of my voice, approach me, right? So if you're ambulatory, which means you can walk, then you go up to them, and they corral you in the holding area, and then they take you for decon. Okay? All right? So if you're non-ambulatory, which means your role-playing part means you can't walk, then you'll just not get up. They'll have to come with stretchers and take you through decon. So when you go through decon, you either go standing up, walking, or you go through on a stretcher, and I'll show you that, pictures of that, okay? After that, search and extraction people start working on other things. We'll have mannequins buried for them to drill down and rescue. Some buildings will be considered stable, so they have to do breaching and breaking. You know, they have to shore up the building so they can enter it without it falling on them. And those are highly technical tasks. Okay? Getting you guys off the rubble pile is pretty easy. They would say, come with me, and you guys go with them, and you're done, right? But then they have to do those other things. So the rest of the day, then we'll be going through decon. Okay? And people wonder, like, oh, why do we keep going through decon, right? And I'll show you the people in their moon suits. Those folks there are being tested by their commanders so they can do that. And they can do it for an extended period of time. All right? So we'll be going through. You may think as you go through decon the second or third time that it's the same soldier. Okay? Probably is not. All right? Sorry. That's all right. Okay, so in other words, when you go back through decon, they may have rotated. Touching you guys who are contaminated, then they have to go through their technical decontamination. So the process is more complex, and they have to trained on that. Okay? So we'll be doing quite a bit of decon. All right. So that's why I talked about role player recycle requirements. Hopefully we'll get into some other pictures here shortly. Okay, introduce introduction to Moolage is good, and it's something that Caitlin and David, both art students, really do a good job at. So that it gives the soldiers that visceral look of an actual wound, and that combined with your role-playing instructions makes it realistic. And that's why we do the Moolage. All right. Now I've had these people complain about other companies that come out and spray a little ketchup on you, throw a little dirt on you, and you're good, right? But we actually go through a deliberate process of applying the Moolage. All right. So some of you, when you have these accidents, not everybody has a gash in their neck and they're bleeding. You know what I mean? That'd be unrealistic. Some of you will, we have a number of different Moolage applications that we'll show you. All right. So we'll go through that right now. If you want me to slow down, let me know. Okay, Moolage terminology. MCI cards. There's a card there that will show what your vitals are. You guys are all healthy people right now. We're going to apply the Moolage. We're going to give you acting instructions. Some of the wounds, lacerations, abrasions, burns, fractures, amputations, so we'll show you some of these. Okay, that's laceration. Okay, abrasion. Back up if you want. There's abrasion. Actually, I went to school to learn how to do this because I started off as a Moolage artist. And I did one of these, and I went to the bar after work. I'm like, look at that. And they're like, oh my God, you did it all. So basically, you can see that there's a hole in that arm. All right. And what we use is a thing called gel effects. When we heat it up to about 160 degrees, it's liquid. Okay, and you can spread it on your arm like that. And then when it warms up, or cools down, I should say, then it feels like skin. All right, and then we can dig with it, dig in it, and put blood in it and stuff. And it looks pretty. Okay, another abrasion. Closed fracture. So this person would not be able to walk, would be not able to work. Fracture. Burn. That's the secondary burn. Puncture wound. Crush trauma. Fusion. Bruising. Amputation. He has his leg up under there, right? Do we remember anything like this? I didn't see one last time.
Yeah, here in the top end.
Okay, here's another amputation. Shock. That's Gavin, he's local. Concussion. Chemical burn. Durable site. All right, durable site we're using for. Any questions on those? Okay. Like I said, this substance that we use is called gel effects. And like I said, when it's warm, it's liquid. When it cools down, it becomes sort of solid. So when you go home tomorrow evening and take a hot shower, the stuff will just melt away. Okay? All right, here's our old file. We'll go through these slides real quick. You see it's like a collapsed building and rescuers are there getting the people and the mannequins out of there. A lot of these rubble sites, I don't know if this one has, have a tower like that. It's like a hollow tube. You'll put a mannequin down there, and then again, in search and extraction, you have to build a roast kit, which is like a pulley, and they have to go down there and get them. But we don't put real live people down there. Not usually. We did one time in Hawaii. I don't know why. But okay, so extraction teams. Again, these people aren't in their regular uniforms. This is a contaminated area. They're just practicing, but for real, they would have to have their suits on. And if you're not ambulatory, they'll take you out in stretchers like that. We're not going to do air evacuation. If anybody gets on an airplane during this exercise, you know you're wrong. Okay, so triage. Basically, when you go through decon, the first thing they're going to do is triage you. Does everybody know what triage means? Yes? No? Yes? No? Okay. Basically, we studied this in junior high school. Triage back in the day, like during like the French and British Wars and all that, they knew they didn't have enough doctors. So I think it was a French guy because tree means free, dry. He figured out, well, look, when we come to the battlefield, there's going to be those people that are going to die no matter what we do. So we might as well not do anything. Then there's other people that are going to live no matter what they do. So we'll just put them over here. And we'll just treat those people that can be helped. All right? That's triage, how it started. The triage, they're not going to put you over here to die, okay? The triage here, they give you either a red, a green, or a yellow green. All right? Red means that you're being yellow is you're pretty serious, but none of that. Green means, they'll see you, but you're going to be okay. All right? Again, if you think you deserve a red and they give you a green, don't argue with them, okay? Maybe they made a mistake. All right? Okay, so these guys, this is what you will see tomorrow in their moon suits. They have little battery packs in the back with the fans in them, okay? And they're going to put you through decontamination. This guy